Episode 1. Why I'm shorting lithium, but only on Tuesdays. Visual split screen. Lithium mine in Chile on one side. Synth pop producer in Soul Bedroom on the other. Both are moving money simultaneously, but in opposite directions. Capitalist. Roder. Listen, I made $800,000 last month, doing something most people think is insane. I profited from the exact moment cobalt futures tanked while simultaneously hedging my entire position against the Swedish producer's experimental ambient album hitting 40 million streams. Beat. That's not luck. That's frequency arbitrage. Section 1. The Lithium Contradiction. Capitalist Roder. Here's what nobody understands about lithium in 2026. Everyone's terrified of lithium. Peak lithium demand, they say. Supply crisis, they say. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here shorting lithium futures on Tuesdays and Thursdays because the market is run by people who don't understand the actual supply chain. Visual. Map showing Congo cobalt mines, Argentine lithium deposits, Chilean salt flats, red dots pulsing with mining activity. The Congo has illegal cobalt operations that nobody's tracking. Argentina's got environmental catastrophe happening at such scale that they can't extract at full capacity. And Chile's nationalizing everything while water runs out. So what do we have? A supply chain that's actually tightening, not loosening, but the EV market is decelerating because of interest rates. Visual. Stock charts oscillating wildly, battery prices shown declining despite supply constraints. So lithium prices collapse on expectation of oversupply while actual supply shrinks. That's when you short. That's when you make money on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, when some newsletter drops about the next lithium crisis, you cover your position before the panic buy. Beat. Rinse. Repeat. Take Thursday off. Section 2. The Music Hedge. Capitalist Roder. But here's where it gets elegant. Here's where you transform from a speculator into an artist. Visual. Streaming dashboard. In the artist's monthly royalties climbing. Then spike down. Then climb again, counter-cyclical to lithium price movements. I own royalty rights to underground synth producers. Specifically, the kind of music that does best when financial markets are chaotic. People don't want polished pop when stocks are falling. They want something wounded. Something digital and melancholy and impossibly complex. They want Borders of Canada nostalgia mixed with Tim Hecker glitch aesthetics. That music streams more when lithium crashes. Why? Because when the market tanks, money rotates out of growth stocks into anxiety. And anxiety is the perfect emotional container for ambient industrial synthesis. Visual audio waveform visualizing a synth-heavy track. Underneath it, a financial volatility index moving in inverse harmony. So, I'm making money two ways simultaneously. 1. Shorting lithium when markets crash. 2. Collecting royalties from music that thrives. When markets crash, I'm not hedging the market. I'm hedging the psychology of the market. I'm profiting from the exact emotional frequency that emerges when capitalism stutters. Beat. That's not trading. That's alchemy. Section 3. The Kicker. Capitalist Roder. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is too clever. This can't possibly work. And you're right to be skeptical. It doesn't work 100% of the time. It works about 73% of the time. Which means I'm willing to take the 27% losses because the 73% wins are disproportionately large. Visual. Portfolio dashboard. Cryptic entries showing endofuel stake, Arctic rare earth calls, synth pop royalties, 5-year lock, lithium short, Tuesdays only. This is also why I run actual businesses. Because if you're purely a speculator, you're a parasite. But if you're a speculator who also builds things, if you're running green tech ventures, if you're producing art, if you're actually invested in the infrastructure you're trading on, then you're not exploiting friction. You're creating it. You're a capitalist roder. You're moving between systems. You're taking the money from one inefficiency and reinvesting it into the next infrastructure play while simultaneously cashing royalties from the emotional soundtrack of the collapse. Visual. Slow pan across a workshop. Someone working on a prototype. Over it, streaming numbers climbing. Over that, commodities prices oscillating. So, here's your homework. Find one market you think is wrong. Find one artist you think is undervalued. Short the market. Collect the royalties. Don't tell anyone what you're doing until it works 3 times. That's when you become dangerous. Fade to black. Text on screen. The only true frequency is profit. Everything else is just the noise in between. End episode 1. Next episode. How I accidentally funded Arctic geopolitics through a soda cream brand.